Hey y'all, welcome to the WrestleFanEnt report. Today's guest is somebody who is currently the new in charge in WWE. He is the head of creative, the WWE EVP, the King of Kings, the cerebral assassin. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you've guessed it right. Please welcome my guest for today, the game, Triple H.
Time to play the game!
And it's time to play the game. Triple
Flames
H,
come
welcome
in.
to the show. How you been? How has everything new that's been coming around you?
Should be spectacular. I've seen it in renderings, but this company, whenever I see something in renderings that I think looks spectacular, when you see it in person, you're blown away. So I can't imagine this is going to be any different when it's done.
That is already sounding to be awesome to be true. Firstly, let me start by congratulating you on becoming the new head of creative in the WWE, taking over the reins from Vince McMahon. How was that moment when you first find out, and what does it mean for your performers?
Yeah, it was surreal, and I tell you, for me, my hat's off to our performers. Anybody that's doing this, because it's not an easy task to go out there and do what we do, especially if you've been doing it a lot of years. One, either a lot of years from the standpoint of, all right, I can go out there and get my way through this, but the physicality hurts a lot more. On the flip side of that, if you've only been doing this for a few years and everything we tell you is about fan reaction, working towards fan reaction and listening and hearing that crowd to affect your psychology and where things are going. If you're going down a path and it's not working, fans will let you know, go down this path instead, right? That's everything we teach them. And then all of a sudden that all goes away and they're like, go out there and do it. Go have a good time.
Well, I'm sure everybody's going to have a good time under your regime, especially with the new changes that we've already seen. And speaking of that, how do you see WWE in the next 5 years with a new team leading in a completely new direction?
Oh, well, there's a lot of things. Obviously, we have to continue to put out um, the best product possible, right? Making sure that there's a wealth of talent coming in the door and that we have are delivering something that our fans are enjoying, and that's an ebb and a flow. But we have to stay on top of that for sure. Um, After that, I think it's just the growth potential, and we've talked offline. I think you see this to me, the growth potential of what this company can be and become when you look at the rest of the world, to expand into those markets that, because of geography, in the past you've only been able to go in there for a one-off or something and come back to do television, not be able to dedicate time and effort to the market. So localizing in those places becomes very big. Sometimes, especially in the US, you tend to think about just the US, but when you start to look outside of the US, you look at India as just the potential alone of the amount of people, 1.5 billion people there, and we're the second biggest sport in India, outside of cricket, cricket is like a religion, so the
True say.
opportunities us for us there, while we're firmly planted there and everything else, we have a long, 25 plus year track record in that market, but we can get in there much deeper and create opportunities in a way that we never have been able to before because of technology and everything else.
Well, now you have a competitor in AEW for the last 3 years, and WWE is known to outrun their opponents, much like Vince McMahon did to WCW. Do you think that your WWE can compete with AEW?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the thing when you look back over this, and I'm not going to belittle anybody's anything. That's not the intent. But when you look back at the track record of a company that can shift, pivot, and move, it might take time. It doesn't happen on a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? It takes time, effort, and there's a lot of pieces to move. But a company that historically over and over again has recreated itself, reinvented itself, stayed relevant to the next wave as it was coming in, um, and shifting with that and being able to ebb and flow. It is the strength of this company. It's people will talk about hard work, and anybody that can outwork Vince McMahon, God bless him. I've never seen anybody. He's worn out more people than I can count. Trust me. Um, that's it's what we do, and I would put my money on this. That people ask me a lot of times, did I ever contemplate leaving in the Monday Night Wars to go someplace else. I said I'd been there and I'd been here. And once I met Vince and saw that level of passion, dedication, everything else, there was I'm like, no way this guy is losing. No, I mean, no, absolutely no way. And it's awe-inspiring.
You mentioned so much praise for Vince McMahon, so I've got to ask you, what has kept him going on every single day for so many years in and out?
Flair used to joke all the time. We still say it to this day that he saw this special. I don't remember what it was on, but some documentary special. And these people that have this particular gene where they never get sick, they don't get diseases, they can abuse themselves, whatever physically, not eat well, not work out, not anything, and they just live long, healthy lives. And right up until the time they die at 100+ years old, they're still just going. And we used to say all the time, he's got the gene. Rick's got the gene, and it's why he's been able to survive everything he is, and he's still going, and he's still Ric Flair. And if anybody has that gene, it's Vince. And that is something that when he passed, which I'm convinced most of us will be gone before he does, I think they'll find something like that out. Like he had some kind of crazy endurance thing. Like it's a funny thing is too. Some of my kids have it like where they're just like, my oldest daughter can be like up all night and just going. And I'm like, good Lord, she has her grandfather's stamina. It's insane.
What's grandfather Vince like?
He's awesome. They love him. He's busy and he works all the time. But when Vince is a funny guy that when he will work and do all the things, but when it comes down to it, if he needs to be there for something, for somebody family wise or anything else, he is the guy that is right there. He's there for the things that they need to do. He's there for their events and their moments, whether it's by phone or whether they're in person, video, or whether they're in person or whatever. He's there and he's great, and he loves to have a good time with them. And it's funny when with family stuff, he's a lot of an observer. So he likes to sit and watch them do things and that kids do. And that's his class, but they love him and they love having him around, and he loves being around them. So,
well, I hope the best for him and you for leading WWE into a whole new direction and potentially revolutionizing this business just like Vince McMahon did. Thank you so much, Triple H, for joining us on the WrestleFanEnt Report. It was a pleasure to have you. And we are all looking forward to all the new and exciting things that you're going to bring up. And hopefully it's going to blow away the WWE Universe's mind. Thank you so much. So guys, that was the game Triple H in an exclusive with WrestleFanEnt. If you like this video, I want you to like, comment, share, and do subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back again with yet another interview on the WrestleFanEnt Report. Until the next time, this is me, Nikunj Walia, signing off. Take care, stay home, stay safe, and like I say always, keep loving wrestling, y'all.